Who took the bomb? Wanna disco, wanna see me disco. Let me hear you sing a little pop, pop, pop. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what do that asking for is a rolling free and a dancing wheels and everything you think and everything you feel is alright, alright, alright,
Hey there guys, welcome to Post Your Social 2019. We're going to be talking to a whole bunch of cool people, from managers to kitchen to, everyone from all around the building. Maybe even some people from Q11 outside of the building, if we can get them in here. We're going to be asking about their 2018, how it was, what they're looking forward to going into 2019, and maybe some other cool questions. So how was your 2018 for you, Jeremy?
Mr. Eden, it was actually amazing. We exceeded every expectation I had for the team. Whether it's our hourly personnel or whether our leadership team. So 2018 was really, really amazing. We finished the year number 1 in sales, number 1 in leadership, in my opinion, and number 1 in guest satisfaction. So 2018 hit every mark and every benchmark that I wanted to hit.
That's awesome to hear. Well, what was something, what was maybe like a better part of 2018 or a unique experience to 2018 that you can remember?
Besides getting fussed at by Scott, probably the development of the culture here in Flix Round Rock that's probably been the best thing, is to have all these units that are coming in to train, Madison, Flea, Chandler, all come in here and say, man, this culture here is amazing. That's a testament to the team that we have here in Round Rock. So kudos to you all. Big shout out to you all for developing this awesome culture, and it starts with the trainers, but then just everybody buying into what we're trying to do here, and the leadership team leading by example. So probably a unique experience. I know it's not experience, but it's just awesome to have a team that's really bought in and building a culture that people want to be part of.
Awesome. And a culture that people want to copy. I mean, you got to copy the OG Flix. You can't get much better than that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what are you really looking forward to going into 2019?
Just the continued growth of the company and us supporting that growth. And it doesn't have to be from the management position, because I know some of y'all saying, I don't want to be no manager or whatever, but also in the support field. So we're going to have jobs like yourself, what you're doing here with the cameras and things like that as we grow. But my biggest mission for 2019 is to make sure that I provide this company with a bunch of good leaders throughout the building, throughout the company. So whether that's manager supervision or if that's in the Q11 office, I just want to make sure that we supplant this company with some awesome people. And why not start here at Flix, right? In Round Rock. So
awesome. Right here in the hometown of Flix, right here.
Yeah, we're the best.
All right, well, we are the best, and so, make sure that Jeremy knows it. Go give him a big high five, pat on the back, give him one of those.
I'm going to tackle you.
Hey guys, we got Cole here. We're going to be doing his little interview for our Post Your Social 2018. Cole, anything that really stood out to you about 2018 this last year? Like, you weren't here for Post Your Social a year ago. You're a little newer.
Unfortunately, I was not here for last year. Flix should have hired me a month earlier so I could have attended, it really would have been a party. No, I'm just kidding. But this last year, it's been interesting. So I've worked in a lot of different entertainment venues with like Main Event, Austin Sparkin' Pizza. The theater business, it's much different than what you expect when you come into it. There's so much more to learn. So just overall learning what goes on between Hollywood and show schedules, and the things that Jeremy and Scott and I've learned from Matt, even though Matt's not with us anymore. Like it's been.
Make it sound like he died. He didn't die.
So,
he's still out there somewhere.
He is. He's doing really well at LM, and his little note he left on his mic in the tech office said, "I ain't dead yet." Well,
Tussy,
he gone. So, but just from what I've learned from those guys, even the team around me, coming, like I said, this is all new to me. It's been such an experience, and it's been amazing. I've really, really enjoyed it. So
that's awesome. Yeah, and with that experience, you've been the server manager for a little while recently. How is learning how that whole herd of cats has been going?
Oh, gosh, talk about. No, I'm just kidding. And I know Jeremy can quote me on this. When I walked into the building, and I spent about 2 months here. I was, a month and a half of it was training, a couple weeks out of training. I got a really good feeling from these guys, and and I told him, I said, hey, I was like, this is it's a very unique group. It's a group you don't necessarily get to run into and have the privilege of being a leader for. So they've been a great group. It's been nothing but positive, and I mean, it's one of those things you just don't see. You don't see it. So I'm very, very pleased. They've made life much easier for me to be able to develop myself outside of just servers. So they're a great group. They're a great group.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Well, how are you going to take that into 2019 with you? What are you really looking forward to improving upon that, or
improving upon that? 2019. So my goal for 2019 is to obviously venture out a little bit and learn a little bit more about some other departments and kind of see how those things are more run, I guess, close, like in a closer, more like behind the scenes type of atmosphere. So. That's kind of like that's what I'd like to do going into 2019, is to expand my horizons, I guess, and kind of visit every other department in here and get a feeling on how those things go.
Well, that's great to hear. Branching out, getting out all the little Flix crevices. That's great to hear. Well, guys, this has been Cole. So say hi to him if you see him. Hey there, guys. Post Your Social 2019. We got Kylie here, our newest manager of 2018. We're going to ask her some questions about, becoming a manager, what she's looking forward to, all that good stuff. So, Kylie, how has becoming the newest manager changed your whole Flix experience?
Honestly, when I first started here, it was just real basic. I mean, it was great, but there was just not much for me to do. Now that I'm a manager, I feel like I can help everyone all the time. So it's a lot more exciting for me. So I like it.
That's awesome. And you're the Walty Award winner from last year, Flix Post Your Social 2018. How was that for you? Like, was that something you were expecting, or?
Definitely wasn't expecting it. I remember being like, no, that's not me. It cannot be me. But I remember 3 years ago, it was my first Post Your Social, and I remember being like, I really want to win this at some point. I really want this. And then I got it. So the next year. So I thought that was really cool. And now I get to give that award away. So that's really fun too.
Yeah, now you becoming a manager means that you get to help pick the next Walty Award winner. So that's got to be pretty cool. You're like, man, who really deserves this award this year?
It's really hard. It's really hard.
I
so
bet.
many great people.
There are a lot of great people out there. Well, what about, great people from 2018? Any unique experiences with any really unique people, or anything that really stood out to you?
Well, I did have a video go viral on Beekeeper with me doing my Fortnite dance. I'm really bad at it, so just don't watch it if you haven't seen it yet, but I guess that's kind of unique. I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, you also did just tell us where to find it. So everyone, Beekeeper video, Kylie Melton, everyone. But so what was the inspiration behind it?
I mean, I want to bond. I guess I was just in this tight circle with servers when I first started. So I wanted to bond with everybody, with back of house, heart of house, everybody. So the runners, kind of a new generation, so. And yeah, so I just did the Fortnite dance. They liked it, so.
Yeah, if there is one thing that was huge about 2018, it was Fortnite. So that's one way to communicate with all the younger runners. But aside from that, what are you looking forward to into 2019? Maybe some more Fortnite dances to communicate with them better? What else?
Well, I haven't learned how to floss yet, so I guess that's on my list for 2019. So I might need one of y'all to help me with that. But yeah, no, just making changes to improve how Flix runs. I don't know, I'm all about positivity, so just spreading the positivity around Flix. It's my goal.
Positivity is a good thing. Well, we'd like to see some more of that next year. Can't wait to see what Kylie does with 2019. And yeah, everybody give it up for Kylie. Hey there, guys. We got Debo on today. We're going to be asking him about his best parts of 2018 at Flix. Debo, what was that?
I mean, that's kind of a tough call, but I would probably have to say summer 2018. We had an amazing group of servers, runners, box office, managers, back of house. Literally everybody came together and killed 3 majorly anticipated movies. Deadpool 2, Solo, Avengers Infinity War. It was
It was
nuts.
a crazy time in
was a
summer.
crazy
That
time.
sure is. Was there any, you already told us about the movies you were looking forward to. Was there any event that really, stood out to you, like maybe Flixgiving or anything like that?
Ooh, last Flixgiving 2018 was super fun. Loved everybody who showed up, Loved the talent show that we threw. If you guys didn't see it, my makeshift band kind of came
Yeah,
together.
there we go. That's what we were getting at.
Pretty fun.
It
Fun
was
stuff.
pretty fun to watch you guys get out there and, entertain us all. Well, what are you looking forward to going into 2019, Debo?
Oh, a lot more fun with all of my crew over here at Flix, Starting off as a guest, it was like, oh, well, they seem like they have fun. Then I actually started working here and I knew we were having fun. Like, it feels less like we're friends and more of a family. Like, I talk to y'all more than I do anyone else. So.
Yeah, it's great to go from being the part of the, guest interface to, being right in there with the Flix fam.
Love being up
Just
there at the action,
Joining it. Awesome. Well, that's great to hear, Debo. Awesome. Hope you're really looking forward to your 2019, and I hope it's really great for you.
We're going to kill it
So,
2019. It's
we are.
going to be fun.
Awesome. We'll give him a round of applause, everybody. Hey there, guys. I got a special friend here. We got Ella Raven. You all know her. You all love her. We're going to ask her some cool questions about 2018, what she's looking forward to going into 2019. So what would you say was most special about this past year for you, Ella? What really stood out for you?
I was Drinkspo trainer for a few months. Shout out to Lauren. I don't know how you did it that long, but yeah, just a few months. Kylie and Anaja have that covered now. They're awesome at it. Drinkspo has never been cleaner. So that was a big highlight for me for sure.
Yeah, so you've trained a few people in Drinkspo. Who would you say your favorite person? What was your favorite Drinkspo training experience?
Nicholas, for sure. Love you, Nick. You have the best smile. You're always coming in with a good attitude. But when you trained in Drinkspo, you burned the popcorn 5 times.
5 times?
5 times. Yeah, the building stank. All the managers were coming in. They're like, what's going on? The bartenders thought we were having some kind of bonfire. I was like, no, it's just a training day.
Just another day in trading.
Just another day in Drinkspo.
5 batches of popcorn to the trash.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'd be like, what am I doing wrong? What? Why is he not getting this?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what are you looking forward to going into 2019? What's something you're really looking out for?
2019, I'm hoping to become a server. Cole, I'm looking at you. I'm going to be graduating, so I'll have the opportunity to apply for that. Hopefully let me be one. I think I'm pretty good with guest interaction. I've been practicing my greet.
Awesome. Can you give us a tiny example of the greet? Just say your name.
Hi, my name's Ella. Welcome to Flix Brewhouse. Have you been with us before?
That's awesome. This is going to be Ella Raven, guys. Server 2019. Hopefully. Cole's looking at you. Awesome. Well, it's been a great interview. Hey there, guys. We got Caleb here, our kitchen supervisor. You all know him. You all love him. We're going to ask him some questions about what his best parts about 2018 were. What would you say was the best part about last year for you, Caleb?
The best part was the conclusion of me becoming a supervisor. At the very end of December, I think about December 26th, 27th, I signed my change of status paper. I don't remember the exact name for it. And once I did so, I felt very completed, like I finally got there.
You've really achieved something in Flix.
Yes.
I mean, that's moving up. You're not just
Absolutely.
an expo anymore. You're
Not
a
anymore.
supervisor now.
Supervisor, yes.
So would you say that's a little bit more difficult to do?
Comparatively, yes. There's a lot more to it. I'm still performing a lot of the expo tasks at the current moment, but now there's a lot of other responsibilities, including watching labor hours, getting certain tasks done on time, specifically cleaning at this current moment. And but it's been a lot of fun. I love all the new responsibilities. It's challenging me to do new things, and I want to continue to grow.
So through Flix, working here for so long, because how many years has it been for you now?
This upcoming May will be 4 years.
4 years at Flix. That's a crazy long time. And now,
Absolutely.
you were an expo for 4 years. basically.
No, I was not an expo for 4 years. I was an expo for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And that's including the time of me doing my supervisor training.
Oh, so what was there before that?
I was a dishwasher.
Dishwasher. Okay, so you're still working in the kitchen, basically.
Yes. Oh, I've always been in the kitchen.
But so what you can say is that you've worked here longer than I could say most people. You've worked here longer than me. And yeah, most people. And now you've gone from washing dishes to being out there on the expo line to moving all the way up to supervisor. Hey there, guys. We got Carlo here, your favorite head brewer. We're going to be talking to him about some of the beer from 2018 and how it all went, in the parts of Flix we don't really get to see. So, Carlo, how was it in the brewery for 2018?
2018 was really good, actually. I mean, we had the biggest year, volume-wise. We made the most amount of barrels we've ever done, which cut in a little bit on the creativity, but dealing with some capacity issues that we got fixed about halfway through the year. And once we got that done, kind of really helped smooth things out.
That's good to hear. Were there any beers? So you said it sort of stunted the creativity just a little bit. Not too much, obviously.
Right.
Were there any beers that you wish you could have made last year?
Yeah, I mean, going into 2018, I had an idea for multiple IPAs. That was something in the year before. In 2017, we really had made a mark in the community with. Antonio Bay IPA was a double American IPA I wanted to work on with some of the new techniques I had learned the year before. Didn't really get to make that one, but I'll sacrifice creativity for selling more beer. So it worked out. It's all good. I'll get to do it this year.
Yeah, and sell a lot of beer we did. So, I mean, you obviously hit that goal. Well, do you have any goals going into 2019? Anything like that?
Well, 2019 should be good. So we got the biggest issue with the capacity thing fixed, and it looks like there's talk about getting a 7th fermenter. So that's going to be awesome. And then, all that happens. I mean, we've got some more hazy stuff to do. We've got some more pastry stouts to do. Really want to try to concentrate on lagers and see if we can't make a lager last the majority of the year, because I feel like that's really what's missing in our market right now.
Awesome. Well, yeah, if we can do that, finally we can get that Dos Equis tap off the wall.
Yep.
That'll be
And
that'll
I'm
be the day
okay.
right there.
If people want to put salt and lime in their Stuntman Light Lager, tell them to do it. Just sell that beer.
Exactly. Get that green
get
tap
that Dos
off the
Equis
wall.
out of here. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's great to hear, guys. This has been Carlo. Give him a high five if you see him out there tonight. All right. Hey there, guys. We got Scott here on our 2019 Post Your Social show. We're going to be asking him about how his 2018 was and what he's looking forward to going into next year. So, Scott, how was your 2018?
Well, 2018 was an absolute whirlwind for me. I'm not going to lie. Started a new role as the executive GM here in the Texas market. And we opened up the Frisco Little Elm unit at the end of April on the 26th to the Avengers movie. And learning my new role with being outside of the unit was the first time for me in this type of setting where we're doing dine-in cinema. So it was challenging, it was rewarding, and it was a whole lot of fun. And I spent a lot of time. I got a lot of points at the hotel up the road in Dallas. So looking forward to spending those.
That's awesome. Yeah, I
Yep.
bet you get a lot of points getting around a whole bunch.
I'm stacking them up. Now the key is if I can never use them.
You get those free nights in there. Awesome. Well, what's a really unique experience about your 2018?
Yeah, unique experience. I think probably the most unique thing was just learning a new role, being in a new challenge, right? I think people like to be challenged in their work lives. I know that Jeremy and his team in Round Rock have instilled a culture and a pattern or a roadmap for success and challenging people to do new things. And it's really, you can see what's happening here in Round Rock, and I'm really proud of that team and that effort. It's inspiring to say the least. So being a part of that with Flix and my role and my job has me getting up every day just excited to go to work, and that can be unique in and of its own. So I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really excited about the future, and I'm excited about what we've accomplished this year.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Well, what are you looking forward then going into next year? Because, it sounds like 2018 was a big year for you. So, how are you going to top that?
Yeah, well, I'm going to top it by just trying to get better at what I do. Try and top it by helping our brand and our company get better at what we do. Creating and sharing happiness with our guests is exciting every day. This is a fun work environment to be in. I want to make sure that the new units that we open in 2019, which should be another 4, 3 for sure, possibly 4 is the plan right now, that we really become a major player in the space of dine-in cinema. It's a popular growing segment in the marketplace, and so us really putting our footprint in there is my goal and where I want to help us succeed. So
Awesome. Well, I think that sounds like an awesome goal for 2019. I mean, who wouldn't want to just be, get better at their job?
I don't
and
know,
stuff
I do.
like that?
Yeah.
I know. If you don't want to get better at your job, what are you doing? Awesome. Well, this has been Scott, guys. If you see him walking around, post your social, go up and give him a high five. Just because he's from corporate doesn't mean he bites. So don't be afraid to go say hi to him.
I came from here.
Awesome.
Thanks for your time, Ian.
All right, yeah. Hey there, guys. We got Alan Reagan on today. We're going to be asking him about how his year was with Flix, being the CEO and all. I'm sure y'all are really interested to hear what he has to say. So we'll get right into the questions. So, Mr. Reagan, how was your year with Flix?
Well, one of the best parts of the year was the Round Rock team absolutely smashing all the records that we ever had, being the first theater to ever go over 10 million in annual sales. We had over 440,000 guests that were generally overwhelmingly delighted. So it was a huge year for our flagship store in Round Rock. But we opened up 3 new stores, which some of the people on the Round Rock team have been to a couple or 3 or one of those as trainers or as part of the opening team. And we opened up in metropolitan Dallas, in Frisco Little Elm, then in Madison, Wisconsin, and we closed out the year on December 19th, opening in Chandler, Arizona, in downtown Chandler. All 3 are brand new facilities, built to suit for Flix, and they are filled with team members who are just as enthusiastic as y'all are, only they tend to be a little bit more on the green side. So as far as my year and our year, really, stuff that maybe not everybody knows is that Flix was named one of the 5,000 fastest growing companies in the United States of America by Inc. magazine. As a matter of fact, we were in the top quartile of all the companies in the United States of America, which is, tens and tens and thousands in growth. And in addition, the Austin Business Journal put us number 7 on the list of fastest growing companies in Central Texas in the large company category. And so when you think about all the high-tech companies and the computer wizards and all that sort of stuff, for us to come in at number 7 in Central Texas, I thought was a pretty cool accomplishment. So when you talk about the numbers, those were the big highlights. But what's really behind the numbers to me is the people. And one of the most exciting things to me, I think, is that culturally we really gelled in Round Rock, but we really gelled in, I got to tell you, Carmel, Indiana absolutely smoked it this past year. Carmel did this past year what Round Rock did its previous year. So they are right behind you guys, and they absolutely killed it. Almost did 10 million, almost did 400,000 in admits, and they are adding another auditorium because they only have 8 auditoriums. So they're going to be 9 auditoriums this year in 2019, about midway through, and I'm told they are really gunning to take the crown from Round Rock. Now, are you guys going to let that happen? Oh, good. I'm glad you're not. Let's not go there because you guys need to be the once and future champions. But I'm excited about the fact that the culture of Flix, when I go to stores in Arizona and in Wisconsin or whatever, the same spirit and culture and the same great core values that we have here, we have everywhere. So it's pretty cool to see the culture and the people really flourish.
Awesome. And whenever you talk about people, you're obviously very good with people. Most people have CEO on their badge and it says Chief Executive Officer, but for some of you who might have gotten a little close to his badge, you'll see it says Chief Enthusiasm Officer, just because he's so enthusiastic about the people. And I think one of your, would you say that one of your favorite events of the year is the Happiness Roadshow?
Well, I really enjoy doing that. I'm looking forward to doing it again next year. We've done it a couple of times. As you know, our overriding purpose is to create and share happiness. And I really believe that happiness has to start with the team. We can't just invent it extrinsically and then, bestow it on guests if we don't have happiness in the team. And part of that has to do with personal happiness. You can't be an effective team member if you show up and you're unhappy. And quite frankly, I think that the company owes it to the people who work so hard to deliver the promise, to give them a little something extra that may be helpful outside of work, in terms of how to get along with other people in your life beyond work, and how to deal with some of the issues that we all have to deal with. So this year I went to all 6 stores at that time. Chandler opened too late to make it, but we did really talk about how to discover your personal core values, because we talk a lot about our Flix core values, but how about your own personal core values, and how do you work to get your life in alignment with your personal core values? Because the whole idea is that is one of the keys to happiness, is getting what you're doing every day in life synced up to what really speaks to you and what really resonates with you and what you're really all about. So it was a lot of fun to do that. And I look forward to next year is going to be about goal setting and how to create some goals to get your life more aligned, and how to do some purposeful things that end up resulting in greater personal happiness. So I'm excited about going on the road again. I don't have to go very far to come here to Round Rock.
That's awesome. And I mean, I know I'm excited for next year's Happiness Roadshow. It'll only be my 4th, who did? Lost count of how many there are now. Yep. Awesome. So I know I'll be excited for that, and I'm sure some other people looking out there. But I actually have some questions that I'm sure the answer will make a few people out in the crowd a little happy. So I've actually got some questions here from some of the team members in the audience. Hopefully they're here tonight. So we'll start off with Mimi. Mimi asks, how many Hawaiian shirts do you have?
Oh my goodness, Mimi, you've been, I didn't know you came and looked in my closet. But I've got at least 15, but there are 3 of them that I either left in a hotel room in Las Vegas or got lost by the dry cleaners that I've really been looking for. So it could be 18, but yes, I have a lot of Hawaiian shirts. And if it were any warmer, if it weren't in the middle of winter, I'd probably be wearing one right now.
You could just wear one underneath the sweater, and nobody would even notice.
There you go. Well, aloha. Yep.
See, the best part about that question is there's some people out there who just lost some bets tonight. They're just like, thought he had more, something like that.
No, just about 15. 15. Yeah, just about 15. Maybe, I said 15 to 18 if I can ever locate these 3 that seem to be a little bit missing.
Awesome. And then we've got another one from someone who used to work at Flix. We got who is going to win the Super Bowl?
Oh my goodness, I've bet Scott Hubner $100 on the Patriots. I gave him the 2.5 points. He's taking the Rams and taking the points. So I guess we're going to find this out on Sunday, what's going to go on. But yeah, definitely New England Patriots these days. But when I grew up, they were the Boston Patriots. So I got to take the Patriots, even though really the odds having to give away the points is a little bit painful because so many people are betting on the Patriots, but I can't bet against them.
Awesome. Well, we've got one last question for you. This is from Mina. Will there be a full renovation of the Flix in Round Rock in the future?
There will never be a full renovation, because a full renovation means that we'd have to shut down for business, and we'd have a bunch of long faces from people who got laid off. So we will never do that. We did a partial renovation about 3 years ago, and kind of my philosophy and my belief is that you have to take care of your physical facilities and you have to keep them up. Now we are trying to, we're in the R&D lab, we're working with some vendors on coming up with different seating options. So obviously things like recliners and more rockers and that type of thing have a place to play. We're somewhat limited by geometry, but the answer to the question is we will never quit making Round Rock better.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure they'll be glad to hear that. I mean, you can sort of see the chairs like we're sitting in now, the chairs that I stole to get for this.
We look at a lot of different theater chairs, a lot of different alternatives, a lot of different ways to do things. Another question I get asked a lot is, will we ever have a cocktail program in Round Rock? And I keep saying no, and Simon Dodsworth, who's recently joined our company and is in charge of food and beverage and a bunch of other things, says he's going to convince me I'm wrong and that we should have a cocktail program in Round Rock. So stay tuned and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put a bet on that, okay? So I don't have any $100 bet with Simon on that, but that's also a topic for discussion.
Awesome. Well, I guess, the last question is, what are you looking forward to in 2019?
Well, 2019, we've got 3 more stores on the slate. And we're going to start out the year staying in the great state of Texas, but about as far west as you can get. And that will be in El Paso. We've got a brand new build store that's under construction right now. The roof is on it. It's right next to a Cabela's on Interstate Highway 10, Interstate Highway 25. The two run together on the west side of El Paso. This is about 3 hours from Albuquerque, so there'll be a lot of interaction with the Albuquerque people. We're also looking to open up Oklahoma City after that. And I'm excited about going to Oklahoma. We'll be the first cinema eatery in the entire state of Oklahoma, as we were in Iowa and as we were in New Mexico. So it's always fun to open up a brand new state and bring them our brand and bring them the Flix experience. And then we have somewhat subject to construction, but we are gunning to get another store in Texas open by December 20th. And it is actually a store that has not officially been announced, but if it comes to pass, it's under construction right now, so I probably really ought to get around to announcing it because I don't think that so I'll tell you all, it's in San Antonio. But we haven't officially announced it, so it's a little on the company confidential side. But we're looking to open San Antonio, and that's just, a mere 90 minutes away. So we see that there's a lot of opportunities for people in Round Rock to grow and develop with the company as the company grows. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about just watching us continue to deliver on our promise of creating and sharing happiness and seeing all the really good things that come from that. That's pretty exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, and that does sound like a super exciting 2019, for you and for everyone involved with Flix. You heard it here first. Hopeful 2019 San Antonio store. I'm hoping for it.
Yeah, I also read on the internet a rumor that there might be another one in Central Texas, someplace east of here. And I have read that a couple of times on the internet, and I can neither confirm nor deny. But y'all can look that up on the internet and come to your own conclusions.
Awesome. Well, that's been Alan Reagan on the Post Your Social. That's it for this year. Hopefully we'll see you all guys next year, and thank you for coming on.
Great to be here.
Awesome.
Have a great party, guys. And if I'm around, I may sneak in there and see if I can't nosh on some of the food. So we'll see you guys at the movies.